Hello, how's everyone doing? It is your fallen angel back with another video. Today, we will be going over Chinese sexual astrology, Eastern Secrets, to mind-blowing sex. The introduction. So without further ado, we shall begin. Love is of all passions the strongest, for it attacks simultaneously the head, the heart, and the senses. Lao Tzu. Whether a mind-blowing quickie or an orgasmic marathon, few things can equal the intense pleasure of love and sex. The heart-pounding thrill of romantic love is a universal human pursuit. We have all loved and lost, and loved and won, but mostly we have just loved. Indeed, love is the universal language and the very essence of our being. Therefore, there comes a time when most of us are faced with the pivotal decision of choosing a partner. This is a decision that will affect our chance for relationship happiness and future sexual satisfaction. Now, many people do not know Chinese astrology. Many people don't understand how keen it is. Many people need to learn this astrology because its essence, its true life force. It explains temperaments around all 12 of the animals. It explains temperaments around all the people you know. And being with an enemy sign can potentially lead to your demise. And it's happened many times between friends, family, lovers, etc. From the earliest Chinese records, the sex act between a man and a woman was seen as a powerful and essential force that controlled the universe, according to the Tao Te Ching. Sexual energy is the force in nature that keeps the earth circling the heavens. So it is essentially what we know as life force, right? For my Naruto viewers, we see here on the right the 8 trigrams here. It also explains much of the life force, the feminine yin with the masculine yang, intertwining this left and right hemisphere brain, intertwining in essence to make God, because each man and woman is half of God. And when they come together and make a child, this is God coming together. The merging of man and woman, yang and yin, was thought to be of the highest spiritual realms and a reflection of an organized and sacred universe. Therefore, the importance of making love was highly emphasized, not only for physical well-being and longevity, but for emotional and spiritual cultivation as well. Thousands of years ago, the ancient Chinese understood the need for sex education. They had pillow books, popular wedding gifts for young couples containing everything from astrological compatibility to erotic suggestions for igniting passion. So guys, it's essential to understand astrology. It's essential to also understand the passion between man and woman, right? In the West, often, it is seen as a transactional thing. It's not seen for passion and love. People are just using each other for lust. And we see the demise of the family unit. We also see the demise in many traumas rising in women and men. Many separations amongst these two because of the viewership of lust. Now, they have to revert to this ideology of love and passion through astrology and love. These erotic and exquisitely detailed books were meant to be tucked under the pillow of a young bride. They completed her trousseau, belongings for a bride, and were meant for her and her lover's education and excitement. These books taught couples to be generous with each other, not merely for enjoyment, but to fulfill the man's essential need for the woman's yin energy and the woman's concurrent need for the man's yang essence. So we see that both are needed to be in a harmonious sync, right? No either is better than the other. Yang and yin are working in duality. Everything in this cosmos, it works in duality. For the day there is a night. For the 12 hours a day, there's a 12 hours a night. For the sun, there's the moon. For the man, there's a woman. For the positive, there's the negative. For the spring and the summer, there's the autumn and winter. So it's essential to understand that there's duality in everything, right? So they're needed to make what we know. If there was no duality in this lifetime, everything would be robotic and systematic. But that's not life. Has passions. Life has flaws. Life has traumas. Life has beauty. The beauty is always going to be from within, right? And this connection between yin and yang energy, between man and woman, is to bring this physical body to spiritually intertwine the couple. In contrast to the misogynistic sexual repression of women common in many other ancient and modern cultures, Taoist masters encouraged the complete satisfaction of a woman sexually. Young men were taught that to ensure their own satisfaction and for the balance of yin and yang to occur, they must seek to satisfy their lover completely. This attitude of sexual wholesomeness stood in stark contrast to some of the Western views of sex. So it is essential when you are with your partner in this ideology to make sure that you both not only physically climax, but you're climaxing spiritually, right? It's this ideology that goes beyond the physical plane of orgasm, right? You must stay connected with each other physically, spiritually, and really connect with each other in a solar ideology, right? Because when you intertwine the two body parts like this, the physical body will always have a remembrance, right? It will have a understanding of this. It will have a memory of this. It will always be part of you. So it's essential to not just view this as just a physical act and to just throw it away, but to understand it is a spiritual act of man and woman coming together to essentially create God. Half of God is within each of you, and together you will make God come together. In the East, sex was a health issue and not a moral one. Eastern sages and medical doctors extolled the sexual act for health and happiness, while their Western equivalents imbued sex with the oppressive and repressive rhetoric of caveats, restrictions, and taboos. The Chinese obsession with and celebration of the erotic is graphically demonstrated in Chinese art, archaeological records, and ancient literary sources. From the erotic imagery of 200 BC tomb decorations to the 10th century crystal penis on display at the Museum of Ancient Chinese Sexual Culture in Tongli, the extraordinary role that sexuality played in the daily lives of the Chinese people is explicitly evident. While the art of love in ancient China appeared to be phallic-oriented, it was widely believed that sexual intercourse enhanced one's internal spiritual practice and unified the physical with the spiritual, something that would be of the benefit to both sexes. So yes, when a man enters a woman's womb, this is a gateway to the spiritual, right? So it's essential to understand that both are needed in harmony, in cohesion. To create duality, man and woman are needed to each other. No sex is greater than the other because both are needed for duality. So when this copulation happens, or when this coming together of man and woman happens, it's this same formality of two souls entering in the astral plane. It's not just a physical touch, it's an astral touch. Your whole body is made of bioelectric currents. When two bioelectric currents come together, they will merge, especially when it's of the positive and negative, right? Moreover, misogyny against women was virtually unheard of in China until much later in the country's history. The Chinese have a long and rich history of celebrating their sexuality in a positive and healthy way. The art of sexuality was practiced with the goal of transforming the mundane into a higher spiritual plane, the ultimate intent being oneness with each other and with the natural world. Recently in the West, there has been an ever increasing awareness of the importance of fusing our spiritual, mental, and physical energies in order to achieve complete satisfaction. Now, to just be physically happy is not going to be enough. To be spiritually, mentally, and physically intertwined with your partner is the end goal, right? This is the true end goal. This is how you make a harmonious relationship and make sure you can imbue yourself within each other forever. This awareness has yielded an explosion of renewed interest in ancient erotic manuals, such as the Secrets of the Jade Bedchamber from China, the Kama Sutra from India, and the Ishimpo from Japan. So, many people in the West or many other countries want to know how to not only please their lover or understand how the human body, the physical even more, but to understand this connection between man and woman, to understand the duality, to understand how both souls are intertwining from this act of sex, right? It's not just an act of pleasure. It's an act of sacrifice as well from both partners, giving themselves to each other to create another being, whether this is not just for another being, whether it just be for pleasure for each other, to learn each other's bodies more often, to learn what makes them tick, to learn what makes them happy, to know what makes them upset, to know the body, to know the physical, to know the spiritual, to know the mental, the emotional. All planes of reality will coincide. In a quest to reconnect with passion and enrich their sexual experience, many couples are exploring Taoist tantric and astrological compatibilities regarding sexuality. So, if you know your sign, your Chinese zodiac sign, it will make it easier in finding people that will really, really work with your temperament, right? So I will give you an example. I'm the year of the tiger, right? And the tiger, as well as all the other signs, they work in trines. And within these trines, these are probably the people you would get along the best with because they are in your trine. So the horse and the dog are part of the trine of the tiger. These three would probably be extremely compatible with me, which they are. They are extremely compatible with me. I've also seen many year of the pigs that are also very compatible with me as well, right? I've seen many infatuations grow with this. Also, you will see many infatuations grow with your enemy sign, right? I've seen many year of the monkeys, year of the snakes be infatuated, and it be both-sided infatuations, right? This grows strong because of this energy of the enemies, right? Even enemy signs can have strong sexual tension, but you must still avoid this because it will still be a detriment later on. They are enemy signs for a reason, right? While there may be strong passion and strong lust, there can be very, very detrimental flaws if you are to engage. So it's essential to understand the chart and understand duality as well. With that being said, guys, this has been Chinese Sexual Astrology, Eastern Secrets to Mind-Blowing Sex, the introduction. We're going to go much deeper into this in this playlist, so feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Check us out on Patreon, Rumble, Twitter, Instagram, things of that nature. This has been your fallen angel, and I am out.